Welcome to African American History Lesson 29, Radical Political Resistance. In this video, we will learn about some of the radical resistance methods used by Black activists that were rooted in self-determination, justice, and collective liberation. Radical resistance thinkers argued that the daily terror of slavery demanded immediate and forceful action. They rejected gradual emancipation or legal reform as insufficient in the face of systemic brutality. Many embraced the moral legitimacy of revolts, insurrections, and armed resistance as necessary tools to overthrow an institution built on violence. During the 1830s and 1840s, a growing number of Black intellectuals and activists pushed against the dominant white abolitionist strategy of moral suasion, the belief that appealing to the conscience of slaveholders and white Americans would bring about change. Radical Black leaders recognized that logic and morality alone could not dismantle systems of racial violence. Instead, they called for bolder, more confrontational methods to secure African American liberation. Radical resistance activists usually printed literature, pamphlets, speeches, and first-hand testimonies as a form of political warfare. These publications exposed the cruelties of slavery, inspired enslaved people to resist, and were often distributed covertly throughout the South despite heavy surveillance. These bold, defiant texts made clear that enslaved people had not only the right but also the duty to pursue freedom by any means necessary. David Walker's appeal to the colored citizens of the world, written in 1829, stands as one of the most radical and influential anti-slavery texts of the 19th century. It challenged white supremacy and called upon free and enslaved Black people to resist oppression in every form. Its bold language and revolutionary tone helped galvanize resistance across the African diaspora. In 1843, at the National Negro Convention in Buffalo, New York, abolitionist and Presbyterian minister Henry Highland Garnet delivered one of the boldest calls for resistance in American history. In an address to the slaves of the United States, Garnet urged enslaved African Americans to rise up and claim their freedom through rebellion, making clear that moral persuasion alone would not dismantle slavery. His speech reflects a shift toward radical Black political thought and prefigures the growing militancy of the abolitionist movement. The radical resistance movement of early Black abolitionists centered Black leadership, dignity, and agency, and also established self-defense as a legitimate response to racial terror. Additionally, it helped make the Civil War a war for emancipation, not just union. Moreover, radical resistance created an important legacy which continued to influence the quest for the rights of African Americans for generations to come, from Reconstruction to Garveyism to the Civil Rights Movement of the 1960s to the Black Lives Matter movement. Radical resistance continued to shape the ongoing fight for equality of African Americans in the United States. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, please follow us on the social media platforms listed on the screen.